Hello boys and girls, hello parents, and welcome to Prairieview Elementary Beginning Band's first ever virtual concert. The Beginning Band was doing an awesome job this year, progressing just like I would hope they would. They're a strong group, a fun group to work with, and we were just getting started on our spring concert music when we had to leave. That said, we transitioned into the e-learning and doing a lot of things that young students, even older students, are not comfortable with. First and foremost is playing along with a recording and trying to stay in tempo, and doing this without the assistance of me right next to them. A lot of these students, other than being online with me, were doing this pretty much on their own. So they had to read the instructions, work on the music, and then record it. So what I did for these recordings, I recorded a guide track for each instrument. They were to listen to it and play along with it. The students submitted the recordings to me, and then I took those recordings, put them into my music editor, and combined them. I did use a little editing techniques, such as lining things up, extending or contracting things to help with the timing as much as we could, because it is very difficult to play along with a click. It's much easier, especially for young students, to play as a group, and we kind of move back and forth all together, and any little timing irregularities kind of get swallowed up by their group. So the first thing I'd like to share with you is the Itsy Bitsy Spider recording that I sent out a few weeks ago. I felt it appropriate to start right there. So that's pretty much what you would hear if you were sitting in front of the band in the beautiful Lakeview Gymnasium. What we did from here was we recorded a couple other full band things, which I'll play later, but we also recorded ensembles, and the ensembles are small group performances done with the lesson groups. I've been having the students play ensembles for a long time because it works a different skill set. Sitting in front of an audience with another 60 people behind you is not nearly intimidating as standing in front of the group with just a few people. So what we did is we recorded them instead of standing in front of the audience, so we'll have to make it work. Along with the normal editing of making sure everything starts and ends together, I did help out a few groups with some of my own playing, something that we would do live if needed, and I tried to keep that to a minimum. So enjoy. The first one is the French Horn Fanfare. The French horn players are doing a great job on a very difficult instrument to start on. Up next, Percussion Showcase. Nicely done in the percussion section. One of the students had to use a bucket instead of the bass drum or tom-toms that she didn't have at home. Up next is the flute section, playing Russian folk song. That was a nice job, flutes. The tricky part about the flute is once you get the sound going, is getting the fingers to get to all the different positions for the notes. Up next are the oboes with Tisket Tasket. Thank you, oboes. Another instrument that is a very difficult one to start on. Up next is our fantastic tuba section, playing When the Saints Go Marching In. Nice job, tubas. That was all them. Up next are the clarinets with a song entitled Sandman. All right, way to go, clarinets. They're working on their fingers, they're working on their embouchures, they're working on getting that tongue working for every note and doing a really, really nice job. Up next is the saxophone section with Star Chase. Good job, saxophones. Beginners don't realize how big the saxophone is until they actually have it on their neck for the first time, but these kids are doing a fantastic job. Up next, the trombones and baritones with Low Brass Fiesta. Thank you, trombones and baritones. You're doing awesome. And last but not least for the ensembles is the trumpet section. The trumpets get the award for having the most people from the section turn in a recording for this. So please enjoy Ora Lee. Excellent job, trumpet section. That concludes the ensemble part of the recording. I'd like to end this little virtual concert with a couple full band things that kind of demonstrate some of the skills we were working on. The first one's a little eighth note piece called Skip to My Lou. That piece demonstrates eighth note, quarter note, half note rhythms along with back and forth soli versus tutti. That means small group versus everybody. And when we're playing that live, it takes multiple rehearsals to make that work. Our final song tonight is a 4-part round, and this one's a very difficult piece for beginners to pull off. Once they get to the point where they learn the song, then they need to play the song starting at different times as everybody else, and that takes even longer to put together. I thought they did a nice job getting through the piece, and I hope you enjoy Frère Jacques. Well, thank you, boys and girls, for all your hard work and your effort this year. Even though it was a shortened year, I thought you guys did a fantastic job, an excellent job, and I can't wait to work with you again in the fall and beyond. And parents, thank you for your support and your commitment to get your child involved in music. There's a lot that goes into it, and it's well worth it. I've seen the benefits from 4th grade all the way past high school. We will be back together soon, and until then, thank you and have a great summer.